Please be advised this podcast features AI cloned voices created with human oversight. All content is reviewed by experts for accuracy and relevance. Welcome to the IADS Retail Park, where we map the retail landscape, one fresh innovation at a time. I'm Maya, your host, and today I'm joined by Christine Montar, Director of Markets and Events at IADS. Whether you're tuning in again or joining us for the first time, we're so glad you're here. Before we dive in, an important disclaimer: today's episode is based on research and an exclusive visit conducted in 2022. While the core insights and trends remain highly relevant, some details may have evolved since then. Christine, we're digging into a project today that really pushes the boundaries of what retail can be. We're talking Cidade Matarazzo in Sao Paulo, an ambitious city within a city packed with retail, art, sustainability, culture, and even its own housing and hospitality. On paper, it's dazzling, but I know you've looked closely behind the scenes. Can this model reshape the future of retail?
I have to say, Maya, I've rarely seen a project with ambitions this big and this diverse. Cidade Matarazzo is a 500 million euros investment running across 50,000 square meters, and it's genuinely trying to blend everything: luxury retail, a palace hotel, art galleries, restaurants, cultural spaces, and even urban farming and social innovation. It's not just about selling products, it's about creating a sense of place, a living community that feels both global and deeply Brazilian.
For anyone just hearing about it, give us a taste. How does Cidade Matarazzo differ from, say, a luxury mall or a standard mixed-use complex?
That's a great question. It's not a mall in the traditional sense. Yes, there's a retail village with 300 brands, 30 restaurants, and dozens of artisanal shops. But there's also a 25-story Rosewood hotel designed by Jean Nouvel, cultural venues, art installations by names like Anish Kapoor, urban farms worked by thousands of formerly homeless people, and nearly 10,000 new trees planted right in the heart of Sao Paulo. The project aims to be a mini city, complete with housing, hospitality, culture, and retail experiences you can't get anywhere else.
So we're really talking about blending commerce, culture, and community, something that goes beyond just shopping.
Exactly. And the goal is for Cidade Matarazzo to become both a local anchor and a destination for global travelers. It's a bold answer to the question, what should a smart city and the next generation of retail look like?
One thing that stood out in your report, Christine, is this project's focus on experience: art, hospitality, green spaces. With Hudson Yards in New York as a cautionary tale, what makes Cidade Matarazzo different?
Hudson Yards is massive, but it feels impersonal. Cidade Matarazzo tries to stay human scale, inviting people in with a walkable layout, a restored maternity hospital and chapel, and public art at every turn. The street level is alive: cafes, music, greenery, and a focus on drawing in locals, not just tourists or the super wealthy. Plus, every part of the project is designed to keep people coming back, whether for community events, dining, or just to be part of the energy.
And the retail mix is just one part of that puzzle. There's a real sense of purpose behind the project, isn't there?
Definitely. For example, they emphasize social responsibility by training and employing homeless people in the urban farms, using lots of local materials and investing heavily in the art and culture scene. The idea is to create a place that people connect with, not just consume from.
There have been a lot of big, impressive mixed use projects over the years, but not all have succeeded. What's the risk of going too big or not getting the mix right?
That's a real concern. Projects like Hudson Yards suffered from being too enormous and disconnected. There was no sense of neighborhood or local life. Cidade Matarazzo seems to have learned from that. The team has worked to avoid gigantism and sterile spaces, instead layering in local culture, integrating green spaces, and thinking about daily life, not just spectacle. In Brazil, this kind of scale can be daunting, but they're banking on a mix of commerce and community, something with real staying power.
That's a powerful insight. A city within a city only works if it doesn't forget the human scale, the local heartbeat, and the habits of everyday life. This isn't just about bricks and mortar. Digital innovation plays a big role at Cidade Matarazzo, doesn't it?
For sure. The project is bringing in Farfetch's connected retail platform to merge luxury shopping with powerful data and personalization. And there's an app that helps guide visitors based on their interests and plenty of digital features to personalize the experience. Think loyalty, wayfinding, tailored recommendations. Brazil has one of the world's highest rates of social media use, but until now, its e commerce hasn't kept pace. Cidade Matarazzo could change that equation, driving a blend of digital and physical engagement.
There's also a big sustainability and social component. How does Cidade Matarazzo walk the talk on these issues?
It's impressive, Maya. Beyond planting 10,000 trees and extensive use of local materials, the project has urban farms operated by people who were previously homeless, turning social responsibility into real economic opportunity. There's a real emphasis on making the project part of Sao Paulo's fabric, not just building a gated upscale enclave.
That's a truly noteworthy model for the future, making retail a driver of urban transformation, not just a showcase for brands. So, Christine, what are the lessons here for department stores and retail leaders watching projects like Cidade Matarazzo?
I think the biggest lesson is that the future of retail isn't just about transactions, it's about creating meaningful places, building recurring relationships with local communities, and crafting a story that visitors want to be part of. Adding food, culture, sustainability, and digital edge puts you at the heart of people's lives, not just their shopping lists. But as always, and I'm sure our listeners have heard before, there's no one size fits all. You have to know your local audience and weave global trends into something authentic for your city.
I love that perspective. Retail as community might be the most important innovation we're seeing this decade. Christine, I want to thank you for our discussion about Cidade Matarazzo. You brought this story to life and really helped us see what's possible when retail dares to think big and human.
Thanks so much, Maya. These projects are thrilling because they challenge all of us to raise our expectations for what retail can achieve, not just economically, but socially and culturally too.
To all our listeners, thanks for joining us today on the IADS Retail Park. Don't forget to follow us on LinkedIn, check out our Substack for more research and event updates, and stay tuned for more episodes as we continue to map the future of retail together. Until next time, keep pushing the boundaries and never stop imagining the next great place to gather.